No one expected her to fight back. In a galaxy where even steel bends under alien gravity, one human girl, small, quiet, and born on a death world, was the last person anyone dared to provoke. Yet that day, after class, a group of off-world students cornered her in the academy's corridor. The lights flickered, cameras glitched, and for the next 7 seconds, no one could explain what they saw, or didn't see. All that remained afterward were the screams, and a cracked floor still radiating heat. Who exactly was this human? If that opening gave you chills, hit that like button. It helps this story reach other HFY fans like you. Subscribe for more mind-bending tales of humanity's raw power, and don't forget to share this one with your sci-fi community. Trust me, what happens next will make you rethink what humans are capable of on a galactic scale. Now, let's begin the descent into the glitch. Hana never raised her voice. In a place where every species displayed their power through sound, motion, and color, she was the quiet one, the human, the only one from a death world. To most of the Galactic Academy, Earth was a myth, an ecosystem so violent that it forged monsters instead of people. Yet here she was, sitting alone in the back row, small compared to her towering classmates. Her hands were scarred in the faint pattern of burns, like she once held fire and decided it was hot enough. Her professors observed her carefully. They said she was polite, too polite. She'd bow slightly, respond with a quiet, "Yes, instructor," and move like someone constantly calculating gravity. But something about her eyes unsettled the others. They didn't blink right. They looked adaptive, like the irises adjusted not just to light, but to threat levels. When one of the reptilian students sneered at her during combat theory class, calling humans flesh weaklings, she didn't respond. She only smiled, slowly, almost kindly, and that's when the whispers began spreading across the academy. She's not normal. She's from the planet that kills everything. She's the quiet Deathworlder. And the galaxy, unknowingly, had just found its next legend. It started after class, just another long corridor of polished alloy walls humming with quiet energy. Hana walked alone, her boots tapping softly against the reflective floor. Behind her, the sound of laughter, cruel, sharp, cut through the air. 3 alien students followed. Zainari, tall insectoids with glassy carapaces that shimmered green under the lights. They didn't like her silence. They didn't like the way she never looked afraid. "Hey, Deathworlder," one hissed. "You think you're better than us? We saw your planet's files. Primitive. No shields, no plasma tech, just teeth and madness." Hana stopped walking. That quietness again, unnerving, absolute. Even the hum of the corridor seemed to fade. She turned slowly, eyes calm, voice soft. "Do you want to see what primitive looks like?" They laughed until the lights flickered. For a second, the corridor dimmed to black. Security cameras blinked red, then static. When the power returned, the aliens were standing closer. Too close. Hana's shadow looked wrong, longer, moving slightly after she did. Something in the air changed. The floor sensors registered a pressure spike. And as the first alien reached out, grinning, the cameras caught a flash. Then nothing but glitch. Security feed, static, audio, distorted. 7 seconds missing. But every eyewitness told a different version. One said the lights bent, literally bent, toward her like gravity twisted around the human girl. Another swore her skin flickered with phosphorescent veins, like molten circuitry under flesh. The truth? Even the machines didn't know. The Zenari had charged at her. The footage froze mid-frame. One alien mid-lunge, claws extended, then jumped forward to the aftermath. 3 bodies on the ground, armor plates shattered, steam rising from the floor as if it had been flash-heated. No weapon residue, no energy discharge, just impact. When security arrived, Hana was still standing there, expression blank, chest rising slowly. "Are they alive?" she asked, voice flat. The chief guard hesitated. "Barely." She nodded once, stepped over a melted floor tile, and whispered something that chilled the room. "They shouldn't have tried to touch me." The hallway sensors glitched again as she walked away, each camera stuttering into static the moment her shadow passed. Some swore they saw her reflection still standing there, long after she was gone. By morning, the Galactic Academy was in lockdown. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some said the Deathworlder had used forbidden tech, others whispered she wasn't entirely biological. Forensics teams crowded the corridor. Their scanners whined in confusion. No plasma burns, no chemical traces, but the molecular signature in the air, that was new. It matched no known element on record. The floor itself still pulsed faintly with residual heat, shaped like the outline of two human feet. Professor Tile, head of xenobiology, reviewed the footage frame by frame. 7 seconds missing, he muttered, but the kinetic energy registered exceeds anything short of a gravitic implosion. The survivors were silent, trembling in the infirmary. One tried to speak, mandibles twitching violently. "She didn't move," he rasped. "We attacked. She was just there." Then, we were on the ground. The faculty council held an emergency meeting. Should they expel her, contain her, study her? But the dean shook his head. "No," he said quietly. "You don't contain something from a death world. You give it space." And somewhere, in the human dorm, Hana sat alone, hands trembling slightly, not from fear, but from restraint, because she'd almost let go. 3 days later, the Academy thought the storm had passed. The corridors were repaired, the cameras replaced. Life went on, or pretended to. But deep in the network core, a maintenance AI flagged an anomaly. A corrupted file had survived the power surge. It wasn't supposed to exist, one hidden frame from the moment of the glitch. The file opened silently. For exactly 0.3 seconds, the image stabilized. Hana was in motion, but too fast for natural biology. Her silhouette blurred, trailing with white-hot energy. Her hand wasn't striking, it was phasing through the Zainari's chest, the air rippling like water around her. Then the frame distorted again. Static. End of file. The AI tried to label it. Unknown ability, bioenergetic impact. But the tag auto-corrected itself to one forbidden classification. Earth-tier physiology, class Omega. The system shut itself down, permanently. Later, when questioned by officials, Hana's only words were simple, quiet. "You shouldn't record humans when they defend themselves." And somewhere, across the galactic net, the rumor spread. The Deathworld girl wasn't dangerous because she was angry. She was dangerous because she was human. We don't just adapt to the galaxy. We rewrite its rules. Until next time. Stay curious, stay human, and remember, Deathworlders don't start fights. They finish them.